Hi, beautiful beings under the stratosphere. If you are in your 40s or above and you've started dating or have been trying to dating, well, you probably know how complex and how hard this is. But here comes the dividing line when you choose whether you should be deceitful or whether you should stick to your authentic self. Why would we even consider deception as a path? I don't know. But it's tied in with this story where the woman who did the deception and lied about her age shared why that is. So I'm going to give you a little clip. It was a court case. I wanted to put the link for you in the description, but I couldn't find it again. But it's okay. It was a court case where a young man met another woman online. He had specified that he wanted a woman 20 years, in their 20s. He was 20, 23 or 24, I don't know. And she said she was 29. They dated for 3 or 4 months. He had some issue with where he was living. She offered him to move in, and then he agreed. 2 or 3 months later, he opened mail, which was her driver's license, and there he saw her true age. She was actually 39, so it was a 10-year difference. Along the way, he had, the judge asked, he's like, didn't you notice, like, how come she's so well off at 29? How come she has her own house? Didn't you ask any of these things? And he's like, no, I just thought that she was just very successful at what she did. And he was a little bit worried that she never wanted to meet his parents. I can see why she would try to avoid that, because that's when they would be asking all the questions of like, so, you know, where have you been, your parents, and you have to go into the past, and it's very probable that you will make a mistake, and that would be a horrible place to have the disclosure of your age. So the judge said, we understand that, you know, not that we understand, we don't accept it, but once things got serious, this was your moment for disclosure. Why would you hold off till he's already living with you, right? She says that eventually she was going to, but the judge didn't see it, and honestly, I didn't either. She might have played that off all the way, all the way till the altar, right? But clearly, if you're in your 20s and you're 39, or the woman is 39, she will be 40 and he will still be in his 20s. It is quite an age gap considering children and what's going to come on. Like at some point, he will be in his 30s and she will be heading into her 50s, end of her 50s, right? And there will be quite a difference. But what broke my heart and what brought me to this video was that she told the judge, she said, do you know how hard it is to be my age and to be discarded, like in contrast to all the younger women, no, the 20-year-olds. And she's like, it's so hard to find a decent guy, a decent person who's our age and our age gap that is wanting to go through all the motions. If you know what I mean with go through the motions, like it's kind of like men have gotten to a point after being through dating for several decades that they're done with that and they just want to go straight to the grain. But for me as a woman, and I think for many women, we still need the process of the dating, the meeting, the flowers, the whole thing. Like I still want to live the thrill of the excitement like I did when I was 15. I don't need a fast track. I'm not trying to get anywhere sooner. I want the whole organic process to evolve. And then one of the persons that I follow on YouTube was talking about where we're at today in the relationship of men and women, and what is happening. Why are there so many people just not getting together anymore? It's every time less and less likely. So in combination with what he was saying, and in combination with this woman's despair and her actions to simply just lie, like to flat out just say something that is not, to get this to come together. It's not, and he won, and he didn't even ask for what I thought. I'm like, he should get like $3,000, $4,000. He asked for like $1,225 for damages to some of the stuff that he broke up with her in that moment, and then she started throwing his things out, which, like, she's not the victim, right? He said, I'm going to come back in a few days and get my stuff. And she's like, if you're leaving, then you're leaving now. Take your stuff now. I can tell that, I mean, she was genuinely hurt. And of the two, interestingly enough, she was the more emotional one. I think she had more to lose on the stand. I mean, I did get a look at the guy, and I can understand why she lied. I mean, very easy on the eyes, this young man. So I said, okay, there's other things at play. It wasn't just some random guy. I'm sure she thought, like, this guy is amazing. You know, what can I do to hold on with him? At least, I mean, I don't know. Looks only go so far. So 6 months in, if she was still with him, I'm supposing that character, personality, and everything was also a charm. Plus, he was looking for long term. I mean, he was in. But at the moment of the court, of the judgment, it seems like he had disconnected himself already from the situation. I don't even know why it got to court. I'm supposing that she didn't want to pay him, and he said, I'll take you to court. Because seeing the circumstances and where it was at, I would have just paid him the money. She has her own house. She's well off already. So, you know, maybe she thought then that it would continue. I don't know what. But for us ladies out there who are, I saw it this way, no, she lied about being 29. She was actually 39, and I'm 49. I'm going into 50. And I just played the scenario in my head as if that was happening to myself. Like, what? How crazy would this feel for me? That'd be like, I'd have to be 49 telling someone I'm 39, and they would be like 27 or something. Like, how crazy would that be? And how could I do that daily? I was like, and I said, there's a difference. The difference was also that I am now, a little bit about me. So my daughter's going to be 13, so it's 13 years that I haven't been with someone, like haven't had a partner or relationship, for reasons that would be like a whole other video. So I understand having the full gap of having nobody, and I used all this time and energy to shift, because the one variable that this person had in common with everyone else I dated before this person was me. And I figured, if, like, the last one was la crème de la crème, right? It's like getting every person, it's like, but they say that's the pattern, right? So this person treats you like, this one goes worse, so you think you're worth worse, and so you're looking for worse, and then it gets worse, and then you accept that, and then that gets worse. And so this was like the cherry of worse in the relationships. I've never experienced this kind of experience. Mental things, chronic depression, like everything involved there. I'm like, wow, where did I choose this beauty from? But I realized I chose, right? I'm the one choosing. Now, I know there's a lot of factors. The men are also going through a whole other transition, and they're worn out as well. So there's got to be compassion and tolerance on both ends, because this is a delicate process to move forward in. This isn't just like scroll next, you know. I said, this is really, from now on, this has to be really measured. I'm not saying you can't be spontaneous to go meet someone or hang out with someone or stay longer or whatever. But before you get involved, there needs to be some kind of measure so that you can feel that you are shifting the pattern, that you're going a different direction. And that's what I've considered these 13 years so far of being on my own and with my daughter and analyzing and contemplating relationships without being in them has just brought me a whole new vision of myself and of other people. And also, I mean, just to take courage, if you're someone that's out there that you are so disappointed with, like, one of the lies that we received, like by now we should have been living the dream, like preparing for retirement and having this person beside us that we dream to be with the whole rest of our lives, and you find yourself alone and you feel the time is running short. If you haven't had children, you have that on your mind, especially if you wanted to have kids. There's a lot of things at stake going on in an older woman's mind besides living and feeling and having the passion, of having someone that having that magical relationship that even if it simmers down, it's like you always feel at home with this person, that you want to come home. They're your comfort. It's a joy. You've met someone that you can be a team with and go together forward. So this is beautiful. But they haven't told us, like, the other whole half of what is there, for example, if you don't have that. So much of our energy, potential, existence has been branded into that whole area of existence in life, the relationship, And if you remove that, you need to think what's left for you. And that's an interesting concept also that we can pick up on another video. I'm going to leave it here and I'll make the video like what is left when you remove what you thought was going to be a big chunk of your life. I'm going to write it down now, but I'll leave you with this, and just remember, every day we wake up stronger. Bye-bye.